Hello everyone, this is Psy Soldier here, continuing with our Let's Play Dominions 4, Nazca Rise of the Mummies. It is now spring in year 9 of the Ascension Wars. You can see here we've cast several spells, a lot of sight-searching spells. Arcane Probing, we didn't find anything. We summoned another Fairy Queen. We found nothing with our Arcane Probing, nothing with Gnome Lore. Nothing with Dark Knowledge. We cast Tartarn Gate, Call the Wild. Harsh Specs, we found nothing. We summoned another Wraith Lord. Found nothing with Dark Knowledge. Sai has cast Wish for magic power. Uchi Sari has cast Divine Name and made our Seraph a commander. We found nothing with Harsh Specs, and again nothing with Gnome Lore. And yet another Tartarn Gate. And there was a battle in the storms where our Wraith Lord has taken over yet another province. Our Arcane Nexus has absorbed 152 Astral Pearls. Great. We lost another province due to some stupid random event. So we're going to have to take care of that problem. We had an unexpected event in the Lake of God. Unexpected event there. Sloth has increased. So we found a sneaking enemy down in one of these provinces. Entrance to the fortification in Orphoblia has been breached. And Domex. This is Domex. Great. One of our Tartarans has gone crazy and he has started trying to pillage. Let's go ahead and get him out of here. Let's move him up there. Hopefully he won't be pillaging anymore. And we'll have our Wraith Lord summon some allies. So we now have our Gabriel the Seraph. That's a nice name for a Seraph anyways. We're going to go ahead and give him the Immaculate Shield. It gives him a priest bonus of 1. And not Wound Flame. We want the Sword of Injustice, I guess. No. Isn't there another sword that gives +1 holy magic? I was thinking we had another one to choose from here. Not the Unquenched Sword. Okay, maybe that was actually a two-handed sword, which we don't want. We have the Sword of Justice. So we're actually going to, I think, give him the Sword of Injustice. It does give him a priest bonus, and of course it gives him the protection of the sepulture. Let me make sure that that doesn't disease him or anything. A simple sword of ordinary appearance. This blade was once not unlike other swords. After it was worn and wielded by the Grand Censor of Aramor, who used it to mete out his depraved justice. It acquired considerable power from the innumerable innocents that died on its blade. The residue of these injustices residing in the blade was enhanced during the cataclysmic fall of Aramor, when it absorbed considerable amounts of unholy energy. The sword will now increase the holy might of its wielder and will strike anyone it hits with Rot of Hell. It also enables its owner to protect his undead minions from banishment. Okay, so it'll allow me to protect any undead from banishment. That bumps his holy priest level up to 6, which is already quite high, and I'm going to go ahead and make him our prophet. I'm going to leave his name as Gabriel because I kind of like that for our Seraph. And now then, I could give him the Armor of the Dawn, which would increase his awe even further. Or I could give him the Armor of Virtue, which would give him absolutely insane amounts of awe. I am going to give him the Helmet of the Dawn. And I'm definitely thinking about giving him the Ark. The holiness of the Ark is so great that it constantly spreads the dominion of its owner to all nearby provinces. If the Ark is brought into battle, it will kill and blind all heretics and spread diseases among them. Only priests and sacred troops of the proper religion are spared from the wrath of the Ark. So I'm definitely considering doing that. And I could give our Seraph a bunch of Sapayas, which are actually holy troops of our own religion. Although I don't know that he could actually command any undead. Actually, he can't. He can command magic beings. But, take a look here. I'm definitely either going to give him Armor of the Dawn or the Armor of Virtue, which would instantly take him home if he's actually struck in battle. I'm not entirely sure I want him to be instantly taken home. That might cause a few problems for us. Whereas the Armor of the Dawn doesn't give quite so much awe, but I think that's actually going to be our better choice here. It's not cursed, so we can change that later if we like. So, I think I'm going to give him the Boots of Quickness, probably. Or I could give him the Boots of Antius. He doesn't have any earth magic, though. So we're going to go ahead and give him the Ark. So he's going to be Priest level 7 after he becomes our Prophet, which is just ridiculously high. So we'll have him become our Prophet now. We'll have our little Fairy Queen summon some allies. And Baratheus here. Actually, I need to have him summoning allies too. It's unfortunate that we lost the summit. I don't know what exactly become of it. What is the Iron Face? Actually, it gives iron skin and has 23 protection for the head, which that's a pretty darn good helmet, actually. It's actually, in some ways, it's better than that one. But we're going to have him summoning allies. And see if we can have him forge an item. I could do the twin spear. There's not a whole lot of magic items left to forge, to be perfectly honest. I guess I'll do the twin spear. Let's get this guy to research. And we'll take a look at our Pretender God. If I can find him, right here. He is up to 3 in blood magic. He's got like 11 in astral magic. 7. Let's just take a look and see if there's any new cool items that he could forge, actually. He could forge the Ember, which is quite an excellent sword. He can do Proka's Axe of Rulership, which I don't have. Well, actually, I do have some Blood Slaves now. The Infernal Sword is another cool one. We have the Sword of Many Colors. 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 We have the Sword which gives an elemental bonus and has killing light. We also have Shield of the Dawn. The Cetus Mask, which we don't really care about. We have the Flesh Ward, which gives a blood magic bonus. Boots of the Plains. And we have a few new items here that we can forge. What is Protection of Gary? I haven't seen this one. This is a new item. With a sizable sacrifice, a deal with the Demon Lord, Garion, is struck to ensure the protection of one individual. If the protected individual is killed, Garion will immediately drag down the killer to the Inferno. The deal only works as long as Garion is in the Infernal Realms. It's kind of interesting, but at the same time, what is this? The Astral Harpoon. No description is available. Okay. An ancient harpoon made of bone with a tip of rusted iron, tied to an ominous silver string. No one knows who made this ancient weapon. Perhaps it was even crafted by the Horrors. Given what is known of its deadly powers, it will travel through the ethers until it reaches the destination specified by its wielder, and there it will strike its target. Then the user yanks the string and his hooked prey rushes back through the ether to where the user awaits. The user must beware, however, for if he hits a prey too mighty, the prey might yank him through the ether instead. The skill used for utilizing the harpoon is a combination of strength and astral magic, and a being very strong usually trumps normal strength and mediocre magic abilities. So apparently it actually yanks somebody to the province where the person cast the spell? Something like that? I guess it's kind of an assassination spell. Seems to be something of that nature anyways. Anyways, we are going to not forge anything quite yet. What is this? Midget's Revenge? Apparently it's already been crafted. Once upon a time, there was Gustavus, who was a little person. Even though he was little, he was large in his faith and prayed every day to become larger so that he could punish the large people who were often cruel to him. One day his god was in a good mood and gave him an amulet that enabled him to take revenge upon the people of his village. Gustavus was killed by a mob shortly after he had killed a substantial number of the villagers. So I guess it increases your size, increases your attack, defense skill, and your strength. It's mildly interesting. That's kind of funny, actually. Alright, so the Black Mirror. Anyways, there are some good things that he could actually craft. Actually, we can still craft the sickle whose crop is pain, too. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and cast a ritual spell. And we are going to do Wish, if I can find it. And once again, we are going to wish for magic power. Our ultimate goal here is actually to be able to forge the gate stone, which is going to take a little more doing, but we should reach that point pretty soon here. Alright. Let's go ahead and give him this knight's armor here. It bumps his protection up to 27, which is actually fairly considerable. And we'll give him that stone bird. I was actually considering giving him a ring of regeneration. But what we're actually going to do here is alchemize some, well, a bunch of astral pearls here. I'm actually going to empower him in death magic, I think. It's going to take 45 gems. That's actually more than I was thinking it was going to cost us. Might not actually be worth it. But I'm going to have these two guys cast Harder Gate still. And let's alchemize some more death gems. Up to about 40 something. Oh, then let's actually take a look here. I could have him forge the sickle whose crop is pain, which is actually better than the other thing that I'm forging, the twin spear. I'll have him research. And I'm going to have our lich there forge the sickle whose crop is pain. He can also forge the Ankh, which is something that I wouldn't mind keeping out of reach of our enemies. But we're going to go ahead and do that this turn. Alright, so we're wishing for more magic power. I'm actually probably going to wish for strength soon. Wow, it almost looks like wishing for magic power is also increasing my strength too. Kind of seems like it. Huh. So he is horror marked. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of that thing. That's tainted. And it's probably... It's quite likely, actually, horror marking us worse than we already were. I'll go ahead and have him cast Wish again. Come on now, where is it? Did I pass it? Yes, I did. Magic power! Alright. So let's go ahead and give this guy some undead units. I'll move him up there. I'm going to have him forge something. I guess I'll do a Sword of Swiftness. I'll give this guy some undead as well. And we'll move him there. Let's go ahead and move all these guys up here. And I'll give him a Sword of Swiftness. And we'll continue to move him on up there. Actually, he can move all the way. That's good. Okay. These guys. Make sure we have everyone selected. Actually, we don't. So I don't need to send in the werewolves. Actually, well, these guys are actually leading some wolves, so I'll send them. Now we're going to storm that castle again. I'm tempted to attack with our King of Banefires, but I know darn well that he's going to just burn the crap out of several of our own troops. Might not be a bad idea to do that and put him in the frontal lines. If I can ever get all the way down to where he's at. Good grief, I have like a bazillion units here. Alright, we're putting him way up front. And I am going to send him into the castle. He's going to burn a lot of our undead. But at the same time, he'll probably wipe out more than a few of the enemies that he runs into. Alright, these guys, let's go ahead and move them on back down that way, I guess. And let's go ahead and send this priest up here. I'll send him up there because I've already got a priest going that way. Alright, we can move him back there. And this guy needs to construct a temple. So, really? I can't move north there? Apparently not. Alright. We have a priest here that can construct a temple. And, where did my other priest go? There he is. Very good. Let's increase our province defense here. And you know what? Why not? Let's just go ahead and declare war on these suckers. We've got like 2,700 undead here that we can start sending to attack them. See if I have any mound kings that are prepared to go into battle. Great, googly moogly, I have so many guys here. Basically, any losses that I have, sustained can immediately be replaced. Alright. So I've got that guy. Actually, I guess I already have as many units being commanded by him as possible. Alright, I guess he can have a few more. These guys are already commanding about as many as possible. Good grief, there's so many units there, it's actually not really registering when I'm clicking. I can double click and it's not registering very easily. Hopefully I can send enough of them away that it'll start to be a little more responsive. Yes, we're going to have a fairly sizable army here. Even though it will just be made up of Mound Kings. Ah, crap. That wasn't who I wanted to assign them to. Okay, that guy can use a few more. Okay, that's actually all of them. So let's check anybody that's not reanimating that needs to be. Alright, we'll have them reanimate. And let's start selecting our Mound Kings. This is going to be quite painful for Pelagia. I believe I have a couple guys there that I saw that were not currently reanimating, but that's I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and... You know what? I think I just saw my, There he is! I thought he died. I don't know what happened to him. Apparently he didn't die. Alright. Let's go ahead and start recruiting in this province. I can do the same here. Alright, we're storming that castle. And I'll have this guy start reanimating. I have plenty of province defense in most of these places, so we'll bump that one up a little more. Alright, we've got our Wraith Lords attacking. We are doing our unique item forging. We have our Pretender casting Wish. Now this guy, I'm thinking he can actually summon abominations, I was kind of thinking. Maybe abominations require water magic. Yeah, that might require water magic, which he doesn't have. I don't know if there's anything cool that he can summon, though. What's Earth Gem Alchemy? And just make some gold. Now then, it's been a while since I've tried Ethergate. I'm kind of tempted to see if Ethergate will summon somebody that can summon allies as well. If you haven't noticed, I kind of like commanders that can summon allies. It sort of lends a little bit more diversity to the massive amounts of undead that I'm actually sending after the enemy. I do like to send lots and lots and lots of units and mix in some thugs and super combatants at the same time. And pretty soon, our goal is actually to have our Pretender God wish for strength a couple times, so he'll be up over 100 health with crazy, insane magic abilities, and then I'll just be teleporting him on top of these thrones. Actually, I'll be using the gate stone most likely. We'll be using the gate stone to teleport to these thrones and taking them over that way. Which might speed things up a little bit there. Anyways, I think that we are just about in position to end this turn here. It might could be useful to give this guy something that would allow him to move into the water, because he is not amphibious. Let's go ahead and cast a Cloud Trapeze. See how far I can get him. I guess I can move him there. I'll get him in position to start attacking man. I don't really know what's going on with man, but we're going to start taking him out too, I think. I think we can handle Pelagia and man without too much difficulty. Checking our research again. We will actually have Thaumaturgy level 8 next turn. And that will be good. And I may actually go for some research in blood magic soon, too. I wouldn't mind starting to summon some vampire lords. Vampire lords and vampires would be pretty nice. It'd be rather difficult for the enemy to attempt to take over my provinces when I can send a bunch of immortal commanders and immortal units at them. Alright. I think we are good to go here, so we're going to go ahead and end our turn. And as always, if you enjoy our videos, I hope you'll like and subscribe, and we will see you again soon. Thank you very much.